Pluto retrograde doesn't destroy your life. It exposes who is actually holding the controls the whole time. You feel calm about something for months, and then one small comment cracks it wide open, and suddenly you're gripping a situation, a person, or an old resentment far harder than the moment actually calls for. That grip isn't random. It's Pluto retrograde pulling a buried power struggle back to the surface. When you convinced yourself you'd already resolved. Here's the trap. Needing control rarely announces itself as control. Checking someone's messages gets called being observant. Rehashing an old betrayal gets called processing. Needing to know exactly how a situation will end before you're willing to move gets called being cautious. Keeping score of who owes who gets called being fair. Every one of those labels protects the same thing underneath. The fear that if you're not the one steering, something will happen to you the way it happened once before, and you won't survive it twice. Left unchecked, this doesn't stay contained to one relationship or one old wound. It becomes the lens for everything. You trust slower, forgive conditionally, and mistake vigilance for wisdom. You start rehearsing worst-case conversations that never happen, holding on to leverage you don't actually need, and keeping one hand on every situation just in case. Even good news gets scanned first for the catch, because relaxing completely has started to feel like the moment right before something gets taken from you. Years into managing life this way, you notice a quiet exhaustion you can't explain because there's no single moment to point to, just control, running on a loop since the last time you felt powerless. Ask yourself honestly, where in your life are you gripping tighter than the situation actually requires? Not the obvious crisis, the quiet one, the person or outcome you can't stop needing to manage. Comment the word you'd use for what you're really protecting when you hold on that hard. The shift starts with catching the grip in real time. The next time you feel the urge to check, control, or pre-solve something that hasn't even gone wrong yet, pause and ask one plain question. Am I protecting something real right now, or protecting myself from a feeling I never actually let finish the first time? Those are different problems, and only one of them needs this much control. Then do the harder version. Name the original moment out loud, to yourself or someone you trust. The time you actually lost control and it went badly. Not the polished version, the real one, including the part where you couldn't do anything about it. Let yourself feel what you skipped past back, then instead of managing your way around it again. This isn't losing your instincts. It's the only way to tell the difference between real caution and an old fear still running the show years after the danger passed. A man I'll call Marcus had rebuilt his career after one disastrous business partnership, and now reviewed every contract, every partner, every deal 3 times over before trusting it. Asked what he was actually looking for, he paused and said, "I don't think I'm checking the contract. I think I'm still checking if I'm allowed to trust someone again." He hadn't planned to say that. It had simply been true the whole time, managed around and never once named. Once Marcus heard himself say it, he stopped needing to control every variable before he could move forward and started actually asking himself what he was afraid of instead of just working around it. He didn't lower his guard carelessly. He just stopped mistaking control for safety. That's the real work of Pluto retrograde. Not surrendering your instincts, just finally checking whether they're wisdom or an old wound still steering. If you just recognize something you grip tighter than it needs, like this video, comment where you noticed yourself controlling instead of trusting. Naming it is the first step to actually loosening it. This is Shadow Work, the series that names what your chart is actually protecting you from, not just what it predicts. Subscribe if today's episode made you question a grip you've never actually questioned.